Okay, so this problem here is number 54. It's equation of a line through points 3, 5 that cuts off the least area from the first quadrant. So I'm just going to draw 3 over 5 up, maybe somewhere around there. Okay, that's 0.35. And I know there's a line that cuts through here that's going to give us the least amount of area. Okay, and that line is going to have y equals m times x minus 3 plus 5 line. To get the area of this, we want to establish essentially these 2 points. Okay, that's going to be the y-intercept. This is going to be the x-intercept. And we know that this length, the y-intercept length, times x-intercept length is going to give us the area. So there's the equation that we want to minimize. It's going to be y-intercept times x-intercept divided by 2. Okay, so how do we find out the y-intercept? Essentially, what is the problem? I need to solve for the slope. What slope will give us the least area? And I can actually find the y-intercept by just plugging in x is 0 into my slope equation. There's my equation here. So I get mx minus 0 plus 3. So my y-intercept becomes x, it's going to be 0 minus 3. So it's going to be negative 3 plus 5. So negative 3m plus 5. I also want an x-intercept. Well, x-intercepts are when I plug in y is 0. Okay, so this is from y is 0, and I get mx minus 3 plus 5. So I'm going to end up with negative 5 is equal to mx minus 3m. So solving this, I get x equal to negative 5. Let's go plus 3m. So 3m minus 5 divided by m. So there's my y-intercept, there's my x-intercept. Now I can plug it into my equation. Okay, so my area equation, which I want to minimize, is going to be 5 minus 3m times 3m minus 5 over m divided by 2. So I'm just going to write it as 2m. There's my equation. I want to differentiate that. I'm going to multiply this out before I differentiate. That's a perfect square. So that's going to be, let's rewrite that as 3m minus 5 squared over 2m. Okay. And so differentiating this equation in terms of m, okay, is going to be negative 2 times 3m minus 5 times 3 times the denominator 2m minus, this is going to be, actually I'm going to keep that negative all on the outside, times 3, yep, and then I'm going to take 3m minus 5 squared times 2. Okay, so solving this equation then, okay, this is over 2m squared. I only need to worry about the numerator now because I'm going to make this equal to 0. Okay, solving for this, I'm gonna get rid of that negative, so it's going to be 2 times 3 times 2 is 12m times 3m minus 5. That's going to be times, that's times 2, not a negative 2. So it's going to be 2 times 3m minus 5 squared equals 0. We can just factor that. I'm just going to factor out the 3m minus 5 because that looks like what's relevant. 12m minus 2 times 3m minus 5 equal to 0. So this is a solution of 5 over 3. So there's my slope, 5 over 3, positive 5 over 3. And simplifying this, 6m minus plus 10 Well, there's another solution. So I'll just write that as 3m minus 5. That's the one solution. This is m equals negative 5 over 3. Okay, so if I look at this problem, well, it's got to be the negative one because the positive slope is going to be going like this. Okay, so that's definitely going to be a negative slope. So the slope of the equation of the line is going to be negative 5 over 3, x minus 3 plus 5.